Hi, are you looking for assistive technology resources or how to consider AT? Well, we've got you covered. Navigate to our website at nlsec.org and go to Resources Assistive Technology. If you scroll down some here, you'll see we have several headers. What is AT? If you click on this plus sign next to it, it'll give you a short description. Same with considering assistive technology. What does that mean? And examples of AT. Tina's going to talk a little bit more about the consideration and documentation process with assistive technology. I'm going to jump ahead. If you know your team has talked about it and discussed it and gone through the process and you know you're looking for some different AT items to trial, well, how do you do that? How do you check those out? Well, under here, where can I get AT items to trial? You'll see we have several options here on what you can do. This information is also this document right here, AT Lending Libraries. This is just in a printable format. So the Northern Lights AT office has about 100 or so assistive technology items available for loan for 6 weeks. If you're wondering what some of these items are, you can see I'm just hovering over the link and it'll bring up a picture of it like that. And then if you scroll to the right, you can see if that item may be checked out. If it is checked out, we can definitely see if that person's done with the item. And if not, you would just need to contact one of the Northern Lights Special Cooperative AT members, and that list is right here. So Shannon and Tina are available for all districts, or maybe one of your OTs that's in your district can help getting one of those items for you. So that's the Northern Lights AT Lending Library. The Region 3 AT Lending Library is very similar. It's set up with a Google Sheet, and there is some links as well to some of the items, not everything, but you can see if the item is checked out or not. In that lending library at Northland Learning Center in Virginia, they ask that you use this Google form to check out AT items. And once you fill that out, Amy will mail that item to you, and you have about 6 weeks with that item. The third option is the Lighthouse Center for Vital Living in Duluth also has a lending library. Don't have access to a list, but they do have a fairly robust library, and you can contact one of the AT members in our office and we can see if they have the item if you can't find it from either of these two lending libraries. Their checkout period, I believe, is a little bit shorter, around that 4-week time period. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Tina, and she's going to talk a little bit more about the consideration process and documenting.
When you consider AT, you should consider AT annually as part of the IEP process. And then if you, during an evaluation, you can do AT, consider it if you want to do a more formal process where you want to do the set process or a different kind of checklist. You can do that during that evaluation time, but you definitely need to do it during the IEP, and then you'll write it into the IEP. The next thing is, where do we write up the AT? I would recommend writing it into the assistive technology section of the IEP. And then you can also, if you're going to do trials of devices or apps, you can put that in that AT section too. We're trialing a variety of apps and list those apps. And then once you trial those for 6 to 8 weeks, you can go back in and you can take that out, and then you can do the apps that work for your student.